Something is holding you back, and the key to it is either in the Fool, the Hanged Man, or the Hermit. Don't overthink it, just see which one appeals to you, which one comes up for you. It's coming from a really deep space of intuition. It's not coming from your thinking mind. So if you need to freeze this and just stare at them and see which one bobs up, that's all good. I will timestamp them so that you can come and get your messages. We're looking at what's holding back. We're going to get detailed answered, channeled messages, and by the end of the video, you're going to feel a sense of breakthrough. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, number one. You chose the Fool, and this card also, oh my God, okay. This card just literally dropped out of my archetypes deck for you. Eros. Okay, so we know that there's something here that involves love of a kind. Okay, we don't know what kind of love, we don't know who. I'm drawn to this diamond in the middle. I'm drawn to this feeling of seeking something, feeling something. I feel some kind of depth to what's going on that you're not quite aware of. I'm going to take one of these oracle cards as well. And I'm going to get my Scarlet Rose Love Tarot out as well, because I feel that oof, Stranger and Curiosity. Okay, I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to put that, let's just zoom back, because we're going to be taking quite a few cards for you. I'm going to put the Fool. Remember that you chose the Fool, okay? And the Fool is essentially about curiosity and a willingness to take a leap. I feel that it was a very brave choice to choose the Fool as well, because literally it's the beginning of the major arcana. It's 0. Excuse the aeroplane. We get about 2 aeroplanes a week where I live, and you're the lucky ones who are hearing it. It's 0. It's the beginning of the major arcana. It's where you kick off your journey. But the Fool is essentially willing to take that leap in the first place, and it's always kind of on the edge of a cliff. And I'm not telling you to jump off a cliff, but I'm just saying there's something in what's holding you back that is scary, but maybe you're not aware of it. We've got Eros, which is love, and we've got Stranger Curiosity. I like this for you. Let me throw a couple of tarot cards as well. I'm going to take 3 cards, see what we're dealing with here. Oof! Your reading is not for the faint-hearted, and I know this already, and we're just at the beginning. Wow. 3 of Swords. 10 of Wands, yes. It's become too painful to stay the same, says the universe. And the oof, oof, oof. Right. Let's put these to the side. I'm going to put these tarot cards up here so I can zoom in properly. It's already feeling to me, let me just get rid of me so I can zoom in, like a very potent reading. Like it's full of hidden feeling, it's full of meaning, and your situation, if you've not been able to work it out, I'm not surprised, and it's not you. I just can't see the best of the philosophers working this out straight away. So I don't want you, first of all, to be feeling, I don't know, annoyed with yourself, really. there's something here about relationships, and it goes very, very deep. We've got from this desire to jump off, this desire to break free, this desire to move forward. There's something in you of the adventurer that you don't even know about, okay? And what is holding you back to a certain extent, there is some kind of rule conditioning. And I feel like whenever I get tens, I look at family patterns, groups, ancestral things. It feels to me that at a very deep level, and one that you may not consciously recognize, although I feel like you have some idea of it, you are risk averse. You were taught to expect disappointment, and I would say maybe to kind of toe the line. I'm getting a sort of what would the neighbours think, keeping up appearances vibe, which I feel like you were the odd one out in your family, or in your family, maybe at school. You know, you are the kind of different person, which when you're older it's great, but when you're younger it's really difficult because you just want to blend in, you just want to fit in with everybody else. You come into your own at about 18 or 20, you know, when you realise that there's more to life than blending and fitting in with everybody else. But there's some deeply buried, I'm going to call it treasure, but it's also very, very difficult at the same time. Once you get that 10 of Wands, it kind of shows that you are the end of the line. You've been a lineage bearer for your family, for patterns, for people, and maybe that worked for you for a while, or maybe it served some purpose, which you may not be able to name. But now it reaches that point where you can't carry it any longer. And also, I think the universe is not wanting you to carry it any longer. Your nature may be to repeat it, because as human beings we kind of like to repeat patterns, and we also, for some reason, we're always seeking what feels familiar to us, whether it's good for us and whether it's not, and we're all like that. But the universe is looking for you to be interrupted in this. Yeah, and that is so weird. Right, look. Do you see this card that we got, this stranger curiosity? I love this for you, actually. It says here, it's about the other, it's about moving past fear of differences, curiosity and acceptance, which is exactly what we've just said, okay? So you yourselves have good intuition. You're fairly psychic. If I am picking up on something that quickly, you're picking up on it too, okay? So know that you are probably I'm talking to the empaths here, definitely talking to the witches, and definitely talking to people who wouldn't know how to describe what their gifts are. And you don't have to, but you can do weird stuff. You drink and you know things, you know, that's how I always put it. So it says here, the stranger moves through the world in a shroud of darkness that can elicit fear, rejection and uncertainty. And I think this is you, because we've got the 5 of Pentacles, going through your earlier life. Yes, there's a veil of separation between you, but at the same time, you're aware of the other. Look closer, summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You have been conditioned, this is so weird, to look only for what mirrors what is safe and known, refusing to entertain any concept of the other beyond something to fear. So you may come from a family where you are, it's like, and I'm getting a very strong sense of this, so your family are all okay to stay under the radar, you know, or to have the secrets or to be playing the game, you know, of let's not recognize the elephant in the room, let's sweep it all under the carpet. And you are the odd one out of that. And when you're a child, you learn to hide it, but not before you've blurted a few things out. In order to broaden your world, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other. You lot, you're giving me like, this is the first reading I'm doing and you're already, I'm going to be taken to my bed by the end of this. And you're challenged by your own inexperience. Don't miss this opportunity for learning. Woohoo! Something extraordinary is being offered to you now if you remain curious and teachable. Allow the newness to envelop you. Explore the possibilities. This is a departure, but the stranger has come to invite you to a dance with new music. Now is the time to leave room for other points of view, other ways of seeing. It's a defining moment. Take the risk. I can't believe, number one, that you get this and you chose the Fool. Not for nothing, wiggling my finger, not for nothing did you choose the Fool. I knew that. Honestly, you know, full disclosure, it took me about an hour to choose the 3 cards for this pick a card reading. I know, it took me ages. And then I knew it's like one of them has to be the Fool, because some people have to choose the Fool. It says in here, this is a defining moment. Take the risk. Life is like a precious diamond with many facets, not just one. Come off it. Come off it. Woohoo! Okay. I love this for you, number one. I literally love this for you. There's always a price to pay for knowing things. Okay, and I suspect you've learned what that price is. You may have already had therapy, you may have already learned esoteric arts, healing, any of those things. But there are still stones that are left unturned, which I think give hints to you of their existence. They like beep, beep, beep. They're putting out sort of sonar that they're there, but you're maybe not able, especially as humans, spirit on the human journey, right? We're all like this. But even if, and I reckon, number one, that you can read people really well. You can read the room. I reckon I've also got some Scorpios in here. I don't know why that sign is particularly coming up. I'm also getting Cancerian, so maybe it's a water sign thing. I don't know. But you can read the room. Okay, you can read the room. You can read people. You can maybe read palms, tea leaves. God only knows. Talk to dead people. You name it. It's a lonely place to be sometimes, to be that way. And the 5 of Pentacles wants to encourage you to take it further. I know, and you're like, really? Really? Take it further. It feels as if you want to avoid this lonely place. And I get it. I do. I've been there. I know what you've been through in that way. But this curiosity and what is available to you, for some of you in love, and I mean, Eros is like chicka when it comes to folklore and myth and etymology. There's something here about taking a chance on something. Now, it could be like writing a romantic novel, you know, or it could be getting into a relationship that you've been maybe avoiding. Either way, it's pushing you, and I can totally understand why that might be scary. But you've come too far to stay the same. That is a massive channeled message for you that I'm getting. You've come too far to stay the same. The universe is not interested in you staying the same. It's not going to let you stay the same. I'm feeling, and there will be an extended reading, by the way, for number 1, number 2, and for number 3. And if you get to the end of this and you want more messages, I tend to go more into the love stuff as well. I'm still doing love in this reading, but we take it further and we go deeper. That will be the first link. They'll be in the description box, the extended readings. You can find them. What I was about to say is I feel tower energy. Now, I don't know if that's going to come up in the extended or if it's going to come up down here, but I feel it. I feel, and tower energy comes along when the universe has hung out some bunting, and that bunting is usually full of red flags, and said, you know, why don't you look at this? Or, do you know, why don't you do this? Or, why not attend to that? And you think, I can hear a distant bell, but I don't really want to hear it. Well, it's not going to wait much longer. It's not going to wait much longer. The universe wants you to be out there, pushing forward, taking that risk, going beyond your comfort levels. I'm going to take a couple more cards for this, then I'm going to get some love cards. Let's put that up there. Get the 5 of Cups. This is not easy. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups are emotional disruptor cards. So they're not warm and fuzzy. They're cold and difficult. So I'm not going to glitter the turd on that one. You know, in order to get to where you need to be, there's going to be, and you may have been attracted to the Hermit card as well, number 3, because I'm feeling Hermit energy as well. 4 of Swords. Yeah. Very, very yin, very, very restful. This is a message to you. Oof. Hello. Hello. I just put the thing down and the devil. Right. Okay. God. Where did you? That bloody came out of nowhere. And you. I want you. Oh, there's a card hiding. Who are you? Oof. Oh my God. Okay. I didn't know I was going to choose 3 more cards, but I'm going to choose 3 more cards. The Devil. The Hierophant. The 10 of Pentacles. Oof. Good God, number 1. Right. That's a lot. It's a lot. The Devil, what keeps us in chains? What keeps us stuck? What keeps us stuck at the edge of that cliff? What keeps us stuck in the 3 of Swords? What keeps us stuck carrying other people's BS for them and asking for seconds? What keeps us stuck when we discover that we need to be on our own path as an individual, but it doesn't feel easy or comfortable? The stranger curiosity, the invitation from the universe, the opportunities that are coming up for you. And they're going to come up for you in weird ways. Some of them subtle, some of them full on. The emotional disruption of what you need to leave behind, which for some of you is the old comfortable pattern of staying safe, being safe and playing safe. Rest is going to be essential for your body, because I feel like, especially you being the witches and the empaths and whatnot, you're going to find that you have somatic reactions to things. So you're going to find that you know, they come in all kinds of ways. You get frozen shoulder, for example, and you don't know why, but you can't, or you get a trapped nerve in your neck and you can't look round properly. But then you think to yourself, what have I not been able to see? You know, headaches, what have I been not able to say? What have I been keeping to myself, keeping down, holding down, repressing, being good? We've got 10 of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles, which is a strong combination. What do I need to let go of? For some of you, for the happy ever after. And that doesn't always have to look like this. This is quite traditional. It can look like anything you want. It can be you and your 10 dogs, whatever. You know, our happy ever afters are very individual, but you're entitled to yours. And I'm feeling really passionate about this, number one. You're entitled to yours. So don't believe this. This is a triangle. We've got the Devil, the Three of Swords to the 10 of Pentacles, and in the middle we've got the Hierophant. What you learned, how you learned it, dogma. Some of you may come from a religion that you haven't been able to question. Some of you may have come up through a difficult school system. Some of you may just have had whatever this is kind of shoved down your throat is what I'm getting. Thank God, man. Right, I'm going to get some love cards. Hang on. You hear my knees clicking then. Goodness. So take care of yourself. Sleep, water, rest. Do some nice relaxation hypnosis thingies off YouTube or wherever. Okay, so you got Eros, which was nice. Page of Cups, 9 of Wands. Let's put you up there, Eros. No one puts Eros in the corner. Seven of Cups. God, let me get rid of me again so I can put cards behind me. Oof. Woof. Woof. I could neigh in a minute. You never know with these kind of cards. Okay. God, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. Right. I can come in a little bit here. Oof. Yes. Right, look. We start off with the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is an offer coming in. It's an offer which has feelings attached to it. This can be, most often it's like a love relationship, it can be a friendship, it can be something you love, whether that's a job you love, a pet you love, a person you love. It's something you can love and maybe are afraid to say yes to, okay? We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is on a good day boundaries, on a bad day over defensiveness. You have experienced repressed pain here, okay? I can feel it, and you're very good at covering it up. You may be like quite a bubbly person. If people knew you, you know, just in the everyday, they'd be like, oh yeah, Janice or whatever, she's kind of, yeah, easy come, easy go, she's really bubbly, yeah. They would never think that you had anything going on behind the curtain, okay? But you do. We've got the 9 of Wands, which is how you have learned to adapt. But within adapting, it's a bit like, and this is such a weird comparison, and maybe it'll resonate as well very deeply for one or two of you, but the comparison works nevertheless. It's like when they put a pacemaker in if you're young, and it has loads of wires, and those wires over 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or whatever, they become very embedded into your body. It feels to me like One, it feels to me like you really need to look after your heart. So find out. I am not a nutritionist and I'm not medical. So find out what you need to do to look after it. Okay, maybe like diets, maybe relaxation, maybe lifestyle things. But it feels like you have a lot of defense systems embedded into and around your heart, which may be preventing you from taking up or even receiving these offers, this offer from the universe that wants to give you this love. This is quite a blessing. We've got the Seven of Cups, which is a kind of confusion when it comes to affairs of the heart, friendships, romances. There is a confusion if something's been shut off too long. It loses its blood supply. There's something here about, I'm getting hands and feet. So physically you may even have, like Raynaud's or some kind of circulation issues, but they may also be stress related. Okay, very, very important. And again, check those out with the doctor. We have a need for you to be realistic without being over defended. And then the Eight of Cups comes in at the end, because there are certain things or people, Five of Cups, where you need to clean house. They need to be swept out. They need to be gone. It could be the patterns from your family. It could even be certain members of your family that you need to just limit their impact on you in whatever way you feel is best. It could be an ex. It could be somebody, maybe if you're in a situation where you feel it's very negative, you need to be getting rid of those people. They're not for you and where you're going. You're at the edge here. You're ready to take the jump. You can't take them with you. You can't take anything. It's like you need to jettison the cargo, cut the chains. And you're already in the process of it. It's just daunting, scary, and a bit overwhelming. But that's okay, because you've got this, okay? You're the Fool, you're zero, you chose the Fool, you have what it takes, you've got the minerals, as my mum would say. It's just not easy. So I think I'm here to tell you you're on the right path. You can do this. You are good enough. You are brave enough, and you do deserve your happy ever after. Woof. Haven't quite neighed yet, but that could still come. In the extended reading, I'm going to look further into the Page of Cups. We're going to look further into the love aspect of this reading, but also into the shadow side of this reading. So we're going to look at the Devil, the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. What's holding you back? What is the shadow side that's going on here? And also, what is the opportunity? So I will take channeled messages. We will use different decks. We will get weird and wonderful. The links are in the description box. So it will say extended reading for number 1. If you are attracted to more than one, I do a special bundle where you can get the extended readings for 1, 2 and 3 as a special discounted bundle. So I'll put that in there too. It will be in the description box of the video. I'm off to do the first extended. See you on the other side. Namaste. And you've got this. Hello, number 2. You chose the Hanged Man, or in this case, woman who is hanging upside down. Absolutely and utterly love this card. Okay, it's a brave choice to choose the Hanged Man as well, because it's almost like admitting that you're stuck. So I'm going to take an oracle card from the beautiful Oracle of Echoes by Anatorian. Oh my God. I was praying for one that didn't have too much TNA, because YouTube always does something weird with my videos. And I get one that just has all of the TNA. Okay. I'm going to do it like this, and then I'm going to show it with some crystals. You get the Lovers. Okay, don't blame me, blame YouTube for the fingers, as it were. You get the Lovers, which is, that is a strong card to get. Right, okay, let me work my magic here. It's like doing some sort of weird balloon dance, but we can do it. There we go. God. You kind of get the gist, yeah, of where we're going with the lovers. Let me just get rid of me for a minute. And there we are. Okay. I'm going to take another one to go with that. The lovers generally in tarot is the choice. Oh, this is so gorgeous. And you also get limitless. It's like this whole deck is TNA. Okay, so you get the lovers and you get limitless. And you get the hanged man, which in a way, when you're like this, when you're upside down, and this gives me the feeling that you're kind of underwater. Okay, there's this feeling of underwaterness. That there is no limit up or down to where you can go, but at the same time, that in itself is quite scary. Like the lack of limitation. There's a feeling of almost too much freedom. I was going to say let's shake some tarot cards for that. Let's shake some tarot cards for that. Okay, tell me about this. Tell me about... Okay, I was going to use this deck, but I'm just being told to use another one. Thank you, Spirit. We're using Mystic Maidens for you. Okay, there'll be a reason for that. Just going to put this to one side. Let's have a couple of cards, please, on what is this situation that kind of has no edges. Oof. Oof. Zoom out so we can take a few more cards. Four of Cups. Oh my God. And the Tower. And the Nine of Wands. That's so weird because the Nine of Wands is all about finding the boundary, finding the edge. It can be building a defense system, but it's like there's something here. It could be a relationship to whatever. It could be a relationship to a person, could be a relationship to life, it can be a relationship to your career, where you realise there is a need, and there definitely is one, for you to find the edge, for you to build a boundary, for you to know where that boundary is. But we've got the Four of Cups here, which is always a very yin card. And it's always got someone sitting under a tree, and there is this sense of finding out what your own limits are in order to find out what the limits of this situation is. The Tower is in the middle of all this, and it's calling you, and it's something from left field. It's a push from left field. So this is like a situation that happens, that comes up, that is going to mean that you need to make a choice. You've got the Lovers, you've got Limitless. You're going to need to make a choice, but in order to make that choice, you're going to feel like you need to know where the parameters are. And I'm not sure that you can know where the parameters are. Let's see. Tell us more about this choice, please, for number 2. Tell us more about this. Look at this. I love this card. Okay. There is something in this choice or this situation about claiming your power back and claiming what I suppose is higher ground. It's the Seven of Wands, which is Mars in Leo. There is a bit of a tussle here. There are strong characters here. There is where you begin and end, and there is where somebody else begins and ends. And it could literally be your childhood self that you are almost arguing with or fighting with, but it can also be another person in a relationship. But there is a need to draw battle lines, and I don't necessarily mean that in a fighting kind of a way. It's like you can't play a game of football if you don't have a pitch marked out. You know, if you don't have goals, if you don't have the penalty box, if you don't have the centre spot. You need the lines to play the game, is the channeled message I'm getting for you. And then we get the King of Swords. Oof, God. I'm also getting a channeled message that this is going to require nerves of steel. Oh, I love that. You got some nice cards. Let me look at the bottom. Oof. Oof, till I looked at the bottom. Okay. Five of Pentacles. So you may have been attracted to number one. Okay. There will be an extended reading, by the way, for number one, number two, and number three. In the extended reading, I take all the cards that came up in this reading and we go deeper and we look more into the love stuff and we channel messages. So after this is finished, you can go to the description box and you can find the extended readings there, and you can also buy all three extended readings at a special discount. So if you are attracted to like 1, 2 and 3, or 2 of the 3, that might be worth it for you. Five of Pentacles, yeah, we think that came up twice actually for number one. This is about going it alone in lots of ways. Feeling alone, going it alone, relying on yourself. You're caught in a strange, I wouldn't say it was a trap, because it's not. I'm not getting those sorts of trappy cards. You know, I'd be expecting to see hemming in cards, and I'm not getting that. But it's a big deal. You may be a bit exhausted. You may be a bit kind of burnt out. There's a reason here. If you're not making a decision at the moment, because remember the Lovers is like the choice. If you're finding it hard to make a decision, if you're finding you can't stay on track, there may be a really good reason for that. Because this tower may also be a very gentle tower. Sometimes when we get the tower, it's massive and it's from left field and it comes in and it's sudden. But sometimes it's a gentle, it's like a wave. It's more of a push or a wave from the universe. And I feel like your body and soul knows that it needs to be still for a while. And knows, there's a part of you that knows it's good not to be reactive straight away to whatever your situation is. The King of Swords is being quite logical about things, separating the emotion, which is not something I would normally kind of recommend, but I'm feeling that emotions might be running high, and it would be in your best interest to be able to think with your head for now, not with your heart. Not forever, just in this kind of interlude that you're in, while you're in this Hanged Man energy, while you're in this Four of Cups, which is what I call like a yin card, a tabletop card. It's got 4 legs. It's like a stable nothingness, that card. Stable nothingness is very underrated. This is where I call this emotional neutral, where if emotions are running high and things are confusing and there's all kinds of messages flying around all over the place, you know well enough to just put yourself in emotional neutral and have your time to recalibrate. Trust that the universe is showing you what to do. but it's like in a kind of time release. It's not quick, it's not sudden. There's no fire to put out. You're not required to run towards something or to rush. The Nine of Wands is talking about your boundaries and finding your boundaries in order that you can make a good decision for you and the whole situation. It's a kind of good fences make good neighbours type thing. The Seven of Pentacles is, I mean, this is a gorgeous version of the card, I have to say. This has to be my favourite Seven of Pentacles. It's so gorgeous. The Seven of Pentacles is about being sensible. It's about knowing the seasons. And it's about knowing your season. What season are you in? You know, are you in a planting season? Are you in a reaping season? Are you in a season of neither planting nor reaping? You're just watching the crops. There's a lot to be said for having a sense of timing and a sense of purpose and knowing when to hold back with this and when to move forward, because those moments to move forward, they will come. They're not, as you're getting this reading, you're in Hanged Man state. So they're not here yet, and that's quite a relief. You don't have to do anything yet. You don't always, especially if you're kind of like an A-type personality, you know, who likes to, or doesn't even like to, but is just compelled to do your best, to do the maximum, or even to go beyond the maximum. And then we have this really lovely Nine of Cups underneath the Nine of Wands. Manifestation is a thing, and you're very powerful at the moment. And I'm going to say that full moons are going to be your thing as well. So full moons, lunar eclipses, just follow the lunar calendar. When it comes to a time of full moon, that's when I would be, and I know it's normally the new moon that you would put it out there and that you would do your rituals, but I'm feeling like the full moon is where it's at for you in terms of manifestation. If you're needing to have a conversation with this person, it would be good around the full moon. And for some of you, there's something that's been holding you back from having that conversation, or at least being able to have a very honest conversation with that person. There's something unsaid. Let's have a look and see if there's any cards that come out for that. Tell us more about this conversation, please, and what's going on with that. Oh my God. God, your reading is extraordinary. By gum. Okay, I'm going to put these here so we can zoom in a bit more. Put those there, because these are too good to miss, quite honestly. Make sure we don't jangle into the old TNA over there. Right. Wow. WOW for these. Oh God, I love this for you. First of all, we get the sun and we get the moon together. Couple of things that I'm getting for this. One is yin and yang. One is masculine and feminine. There is a lot of complementary energy in the situation that you're in. So think of yourself as well in terms of there is a time to shine and be the sun and to put it out there and to be yang energy. And there is a time to reflect and to be the moon and to reflect the sunlight and to borrow the light and to be mysterious and divine feminine. This is divine masculine. I like this together. And then combined we get this Two of Cups. It's a kind of special Two of Cups, this one. It's a little bit more complex than your average, oh, isn't that nice? Two of Cups, isn't it lovely? You know, the relationship card. I call it the you put the phone down first card. This is a more complex version because there is light and shade in what you're asking about and in what's holding you back. One, what's holding you back is your own wisdom. You're not wrong. I think that's really important to say. So you're not wrong to be held back. You're not wrong to be unsure about moving forward. You're not wrong to be in the Hanged Man or to choose the Hanged Man in this reading. You're not wrong because you sense that there are things you do not yet know, but you will know. And there are things you're not sure about yet in terms of your own decision making, but that you will be down the line. Also know that when you get the sun and the moon together like this, it's often eclipse energy. So if there are any eclipses coming up, particularly lunar eclipses, so do have a look in your moon calendar. I've got a moon diary. You can look on Google, wherever. Just know that that is going to be super, super powerful. So full moons are going to be powerful, but eclipses are also going to be like supercharged powerful. You're going to, the way that you time this could have a profound effect, and you know it. Your body knows it, your soul knows it. You know that this is not about clock time. This is not about calendar time. This is about lunar time. It's about body clock time. It's about that other weird sense that we have of our own personal seasons. And the Two of Cups, I mean, I'm liking that you get this Two of Cups. So it can be to do with a friendship, to do with a romance, to do with a relationship. It can, with family. It's a close bond of whatever kind, often romantic, but can be otherwise, can be platonic. You're not similar people, but you are bonded. And you know that, and you can feel that. But in the background of all this, there is a backbone to this reading. There is a backbone to you. There is a need to establish who's where and what, and who's saying what, who's listening, who's giving, who's receiving, who's got the most power, because it's not a power struggle in that way. But where's my boundaries? Where's your boundaries? Where do I begin? Where do I end? Where do you begin? Where do you end? Do we all know this? Have I made it clear? Can we have honest conversation about this? Maybe not right now. Maybe not any conversation at all just yet. That doesn't matter. It's limitless. The possibilities are limitless. There is a sense in which you are both alone, and I don't really understand that quite yet, but it doesn't worry me. And it's this sense of you being discrete from each other, separate from each other in some way, that brings you together, which is quite what's the word when something doesn't add up? Not anticlimax. Oh my god, contradictory. Contradictory will do anyway. Which is why you end up in Hanged Man, because you're wise enough to know. You're wiser than you think, number two. And the situation has a lot more wisdom and timing seasonally than you're giving it credit for just yet. So I hope that can take some of the stress out of it for you. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the shadow side as well. I'm going to look at, for those of you with a love connection, I'm going to look at the other person and how you fit together or how you don't, or what the obstacles are and the best way forward with that. I feel like there's going to be some interesting shadow work to do. So we will have a look, okay? So the link will be extended reading number 2 if you go for the single extended reading, or there is the bundle if you want all 3, which will be in the same place in the description box of the video. I'm off to go and make that now, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, lovely number 3. Okay, you chose this rather gorgeous looking hermit character here. And again, there's a certain bravery in choosing number 3. There's something about going to ground. Let's just take a card for you. Ooh, yes. There's something about going to ground, and the first oracle card I get for you is Unmarked Trail and the Revelation. Now, unmarked trail is really important because it's like stepping into the unknown. And I feel like a couple of things. One, I feel like the hermit knows this. I feel like the hermit has the lamp and is following the trail and knows that there will come a point where it becomes what I like to call off-road. Like with the sat-nav, you know when you got your sat-nav in the car? I hate my sat-nav, but I argue with it as well. Occasionally the sat-nav just goes mad and it just dumps off all the roads, and suddenly it just goes green field. It'll show you a green field as if you're in the middle of a field or something. And you think, right, okay, we're off-roading, even the sat-nav's gone mad. So your spiritual, mental and emotional sat-nav is not what's going to get you there. It's something else. And I feel, rather than the hermit being someone who shuts themselves away, and that you're shutting yourselves away and that you're cutting yourself off from things, I feel like the hermit is also the wise one that wanders around and goes off on mad missions with the lamp, in a kind of, see you later guys, I'm wearing my sackcloth, I've got my lamp. It feels adventurous, but in quite a, I feel like you're an introvert as well, number 3, because it feels like an introverted adventure. Woof. That's a lot already, and we've only just started. Let's take a couple of tarot cards on that. Where are we going with this, please? Where are we aiming for? Where are we travelling? Oh my God. The 2 of Cups, straight off the bat. That is gorgeous. Okay, we'll take that. Take that. Gosh, walking into love. That sounds like a sort of a song that might have been in like 1986 by Thunder. Do you know what I mean? I'm walking into love. Yeah, I was an 80s rock person. Okay, Page of Pentacles, slowly, cautiously even. Oof, and the Empress. I'm liking this. I'm liking all of this for you. Okay, so you're walking an unmarked path. You're out as the hermit, and honestly, I think that's your strength, because being an introvert is not just being shy at parties. It's also being able to go within a lot and to travel within as much as you travel without. And I feel like you are that person. The 2 of Cups as a where is this going, as a destination, well, it's lovely. It's Venus in Cancer. It's relationships. It can be closer to love. It can be special friendship. Whichever way, it is divine matching, because Venus in Cancer is one of the nicest aspects. It's so beautiful, isn't it? And you know, in the Rider-Waite version of the 2 of Cups, you've got kind of the angel blessing the union over the top. This is something quite special. But then we come to this much more sort of somber, or sober Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is always a reminder to us of the season that we're in. Whether we're in a season of discovery, whether we're in a season of trust, whether we're in a season of adventure. And I feel like you're in a season of adventure, but in an introverted way, which is the Hermit. I mean, that is it. We've got the Empress, which is divine feminine energy, very, very important. You're not going about this in an external way. You don't need a map. You don't need results in inverted commas. I'm going to take one more of these oracle cards for you. Woohoo! We may even neigh a little. Horseman, herald of change. Yes. Okay, I'm loving this. This feels like, it feels like you're on the precipice and like you're on the edge of something, and I can understand you feeling nervous, and I can understand, and I think this might happen, but I'll have a look as well. I understand if you've got feelings of wanting to cling to what you know. Because I think this is a bit of a big deal. You know, there are like incremental small changes, and then there are like, okay, this is a big deal kind of changes. And this is, yeah, this is a possible sort of life-changing event. And you can kind of sense it. It's a turn in the road where you go off on a completely different road. Yes! Oh my God, this card just literally helped itself to my hand. The Tower. There it is. Change. C-H-A-N-G-E. The Tower. Sometimes the Tower is good. Especially if, and I feel like some of you have been stuck. And I feel like what's been holding you back has been foreboding and a sense of, yes, a lack of confidence. But also, if we get justice, which is absolutely amazing to get coming up with the Tower, it's like you're getting a breakthrough of good karma where there's been a pretty well-trodden road of not very good karma. When you've not got justice going on, it feels as if the world is against you, or you just can't get a break. And sometimes you're right on that. You know, when I do my daily readings, if that's the case and justice comes up in the reverse, or the whole reading is talking about that, I just accept it. It's like, this is what it is for us at the moment. Life is not fair at the moment. Life is not easy. And I feel like you've been stuck in a bit of a loop where you couldn't move forward, you couldn't move back, you didn't know which way to move, and it felt as if there was a shadow following you around. And this breaks the sky open for you, the Tower. And justice is just like having the wind behind you instead of having the wind against you. You know, you're not doing that awful thing where you're trying to go against a massive gale. Let's take a couple of love cards as well, because you have got the Two of Cups. There will be an extended reading for this, which I usually go into the love aspects a lot more in the extended reading, depending on what comes up in this. So if you get to the end and it really resonates, the extended readings are in the description box for number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, you can buy them as a bundle, which is specially discounted, and then just get some popcorn out and binge the lot. Oh my God. The first love card you get is the Hermit. Look at that. And what I just got in my channeled message head was Hermit meets the Hermit. So if you're asking about relationships, there's something hermity about both of you which suits you both very much. Yes, with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, you're coming into a season of proof. I think in terms of relationships, what has been holding you back is a lack of proof, a lack of evidence, maybe feeling confused about what people's motives were, maybe having some trust issues with people. There's something here that you were maybe in the past involved with someone who was a shapeshifter, maybe an air sign, or somebody who had a bit of a fragmented identity, and that you were a rescuer for that person. That won't be for everybody, but it's very important for the people that it's for. You may have done that for a parent. And what I'm getting here is the Ten of Pentacles is a card that says, what are we doing in real life, in the 3D? Where's the proof of this? You know, do we share a door key? Are we spending time with each other in real life? Are there two of us in this? Are we together on this one? And you're not going to be satisfied with promises or words. This is about behavior and actions. And it feels like, well, let's take a couple more cards actually, just a moment before I go gobbing off. Five of Wands, that's interesting. Oh, hello, one's fallen on the floor. With the Queen of Wands. Five of Wands is often, it's not like a serious difficulty card, but it's a card that you get when there's been mishaps in communication or crossed wires or too many influences on a situation. It's a bit of a struggle for clarity. The Queen of Wands, I'm going to take a card on the Queen of Wands because I always check when the Queen of Wands comes up. Oh my God. The Ace of freaking Cups. Lush. I'm happy with that. When the Queen of Wands comes up, I check because she sometimes comes up as my third party card. You know, if there's a third party or if there's someone getting in your way, if there's competition. So I always do a clarifier for the Queen of Wands, but if you get the Ace of Cups, you're in the clear. It's gorgeous, actually. So this is you coming into your power as the Queen of Wands. Now, this is very nice. You're coming out of the shadows. You are gaining in confidence. You are learning to operate as an introvert and not trying to make yourself into an extrovert. You're using your divine feminine energy in this situation. I feel like there is a matching hermit out there for you, like the pair of you being hermits. You're moving into a season, maybe you're being pushed into a season where what is right and what is true, because remember you've got the sword of truth here with justice. What is right and what is true is the only thing that will really matter to you. And there will need to be proof of this in front of you. Not in a sort of prove yourself to me kind of hoity-toity kind of a way, more just quiet observation, but feeling a lot more empowered about a love situation that may have been just complicated for some reason. What's been holding you back here? What can we release, please? That one. Oh, yes. Just taking these shadow cards to see what we can release. God, it's amazing. And that one. I'm going to take one more. No, that one. Oh yes. Okay, let's put these more across the middle so I can put the camera on them properly and show them to you. So, first card that shows you what can be released is the Hanged Man. This is, do you remember I was saying there's some kind of stuckness about this? And you've obviously felt things have been going on under the surface where nothing is happening, everything is happening. And you've had nudges of this and thoughts of this and signs and symbols of this, which is kind of pushing you in the direction of going on a quest, which is the Hermit. This is the need to release ambivalence. Whether this is in your relationships or in your life in general, this ambivalence, this lack of committing one way or the other, the lack of saying something, either you or them, or a situation becoming clear. It's living in ambivalence. That needs to be released. We've got the Emperor, divine masculine. For some of you, this is a person who needs to be released. A person who's had a hold over you for far too long. And because it's the Emperor, we always ask, what about the Father? So anyone who is a father or father figure in your life, patriarchal aspects of your life, the rules, the authority, what's relationships with men, with divine masculine, there's something of a pattern that the universe is just not prepared to let you go on with this Tower card coming in. And that's not always easy because it's a big paradigm shift, it's a big life change. Three of Wands, looking for answers, looking for approval, looking for love, looking for the unfindable thing. Oof, that's a channel message. Looking for, searching for the unfindable thing. And in the process of this, discovering yourself. And that changes everything for you. The Knight of Cups, this is interesting, looking for someone to save you, looking for love to save you, looking for some kind, looking, and I would not say to be rescued, but looking to rescue other people. This is something that is one of your tropes. People pleasing, rescuing others, taking on broken birds, that kind of thing. There's something here about searching for repair when you should be concentrating on yourself. And then the Five of Pentacles, which is always a card that shows someone kind of taking a road alone. There's something here about needing to be self-sufficient and always feeling like you've been on your own, even when you're together or in a crowd or with someone else. And the universe wants to give you that opportunity to be able to open up and let others in. And part of that process is only allowing people who can experience true intimacy into your circle, into your tribe. And I mean that intimacy in terms of friendships, relationships, you know, into me, see. I don't mean it just necessarily in sexual relationships. I mean it in any relationships. To see and to be seen, and to stop searching for the unknowable truth. It's closer than you think. And I love that Two of Cups just sticking out of the top. In the extended reading, I'm going to use different decks. So I'm going to use my Lover's Path Tarot deck, and we're going to look further into your connections, the Tower, Justice, the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the shadow side, why it's been invested in staying the same and holding back, the person on the other side, your connection, how do they feel about you, and what's the best way forward for you with knowing what we know about what's holding you back. So if you want the extended reading for this one, this is number 3 and it's in the description box, or you can get all 3 as a special deal and knock yourself out. I know I'll be going to bed after this one and having a cup of tea once I've done the extended. Right, I'm off to go and do it now. I will see you there. Namaste.